Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Reach Across Live. Yes, this Tuesday night, other than last night, because Monday nights normally is Reach Across Live, but just wasn't capable of doing last night, if I'm absolutely honest with you. It was a chore just to try and lift my arms, let alone anything else. I was so exhausted. And you guys deserve 100%. If you don't, I can't operate at 60%, which is where I was last night. And if I can't operate at 100%, you're not going to get 100%. So it's I've always taught my students two things. Number one, you should never treat or train anybody who has been through mental problems. If they've got mental issues, if they've got issues with anxiety, stuff of that nature, then they need to be seen with professionals first and address that. And once that's dealt with, absolutely move forward with psychic training and mediumship training, stuff like that. And the second thing of all is never ever work while you're not at 100%. Okay, because part of your training is the protection as well as the work. And if you aren't 100% enabled to protect yourself, how are you possibly going to protect your clients and the environment? So it's best to go, listen, let's call it an evening, which I did last night. Good evening, Lynn. Good evening, Dawn. Good evening, Sue. Lovely to see you all. Good. Thanks very much for being here. Great to see you all on YouTube. Don't forget, hit that like button. That's vital. Hit that like button and then share the show. Good evening, Jules. Hope you're okay. Always take care of yourself. Practice what I did. I was just saying that, Julie, that I decided last night I wasn't working at 100%. Better off taking a night off and get myself back to 100%, which is exactly what I did. Janine, good morning, my lovely friends. Great to see you. It's 5:30 a.m. Wednesday morning. Of course, you're a day ahead of us, Janine. Jeepers, I can never get that into my mind that you're already in the following day over down. Well, they say down under, but you ever looked at the Earth on space? Which side's up? You know. Um, Julia, hope you feel better. Yes, I feel a load better. In fact, yes, tons better. I went to bed early last night. I slept till 10 o'clock this morning. Got up at 10 o'clock this morning and I'd kind of like had a really really busy day yesterday, and I had only a few jobs to do today, which I did pretty much before midday, and then I had the afternoon off, which I just relaxed and did a little bit of artistical work, really, rather than mental or physical or anything like that. So the day itself was good. I had a relaxing day. Good to see you all, though. Don't forget, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you then share. Get the show out there in front of everybody. Tell them that we're live. Tonight is rest. I was trying to get the word reassured and reach across in my head at the same time, which wasn't going to work. So tonight is obviously Reach Across and Spirit Quest being on Thursday night. But rest assured that we're going to be doing some work tonight in relation to reads and answering questions in that field of endeavor. So we've got 8 people watching the show tonight. Good to see you all. Don't forget, that's 8 possibilities where you guys could be sharing the show. Get it out with your friends, get it out with your families, but more importantly, and please, please, please like the video, like the show, because YouTube bases everything upon likes and watchings and shares. So I've said on many, many occasions, I give up my time each week to come and help you guys and work with you guys and do whatever I can to help you guys. All I ask in return at this stage is literally share the show and get more people to come and watch. I still stand by the offer of you guys get 10 people to come and subscribe. I will give you a 15-minute free session with myself. If you get 20 people, you'll get a half an hour free session. If you get 30 people, you get a full hour free session with me. Okay, all no cost to you whatsoever. So get it out there. Get people to come in and say, For example, Sue Vinicum recommended we come in here, subscribe and join. And then if you get 30 people to do that, you're going to have a free hour session with me. Go for it. What have you got to lose? Nothing. Nothing. It's this beautiful autumn evening, and we are racing down the track towards the end of October, which means Halloween, All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve being a very, it's a big memorable occasion for me. And I remember All Hallows Eve in my house in Ireland, and my grandparents setting the table, right? So they set the table for tea, so that would be um, teacups, tea, a pot of tea, pot of hot water, bread, jam, scones, the whole 9 yards. Oh, Amanda's joined us. Good evening, Amanda. Good to see you. Um, so they would set the table literally for our friends and family to come back from Spirit. So I always thought about this, and I used to let it roll around like a marble in my brain, rolling back and forth. And I used to think about this a lot. And I had a lot of people tell me what I was doing was wrong. I used a lot of people saying, "Oh, what you do is wrong. You're messing with stuff you shouldn't be messing with, or you're doing Satan." The best one, Satan's work. That's the one that makes me laugh the most. But anyway, and I used to think, well, through all of the different areas that the Christian, Catholic, Protestant, Christian religion, irrespective of the pretext, um, why would you go ahead and set the table for spirits if that's messing with an area you shouldn't mess with? I don't believe that for 1 millisecond. I believe that spirit families they never depart from us. They change form, they go into spirit. They are and sort of they go to a place that the rest of us, mere mortals, call heaven or nirvana or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. But they never depart from us because they can stay in contact with us, and that is something I try to teach you guys on a regular basis. People say to me, "Oh, Paul, can you tell them this?" My response to that always is, "I don't speak ghost. There's not a different language. It's not that I speak in some unique language and then they understand it. I speak English as they understand in English." So what I'm trying to explain to everybody is when you speak to them from your heart and from your mind, they get it. They do get it. So the way I say it, I always say you don't need a medium. You can do it yourself. Just shut up. I might as well be brutal. Shut the hell up and listen. Okay, go quiet and just listen and let your mind wander, and they will talk to you. Okay. People who don't have the confidence to do that, which is okay because you got to build up to that confidence. A lot of people will start thinking, "Oh, was I just thinking that?" Well, that's how they talk to you. They interact through thought as well as sound. Let's put it this way: if you had, which would you prefer? Would you prefer a thought to be a connection, or would you prefer somebody going, "Hi, hi"? Which one would you prefer? I'll wait for you to answer. So would you prefer somebody to go, "Hi, I'm here. Everything's fine," in a thought, or would you hear, "Hi, yes, hi," because that's what I hear, and it took a wee while to figure out. My family told me to stay at home on All Hallows Eve, as they don't want me to scare the children or any folk around my. Oh, okay, that was a joke. I always thought you were going to put something in there honest and real about All Hallows Eve, Lynn. Thanks, man. There is a lot of mystery and idiosyncrasies that connect into uh, All Hallows Eve. I don't understand those people that say that you don't have any inner voice. Oh, that yes, they do. They just don't understand what an inner voice is. Not even when they look in the mirror. I have tons of inner voices, and they don't shut up. Okay, that's called psychosis, or multiple personalities disorder. Okay, there's a place in the Southwest called St. Lawrence's. I'm only joking, Don. You know I'm only joking. Um, I always do this. I always do this with where whether I'm doing one-to-ones, little group sessions, or full group sessions, or sessions when I'm on the stage, or whatever the case may be. I always do this. So I'm going to do it with you guys tonight, and anybody who watches the show tonight or tomorrow or whatever. I want you to do something over the next 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. So I'm going to go. I'm going to tell you what to do. Then I'm going to go quiet, and we're going to give you an opportunity to do what I'm about to tell you to do. Then I'm going to ask you a question. And then I want you to honestly think about it. Okay. So have a wee chill for 2 seconds, and I want you to listen to me. So perk up the lugs and listen. I'm going to tell you to sing a little tune in your head. Okay. Now it can be any nursery rhyme you want. I usually say, I usually sing Baba Black Sheep or something simpler that everybody knows, Humpty Dumpty. What doesn't matter? It doesn't matter what the nursery rhyme is that you prefer. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It doesn't matter. But I want you to sing a couple of verses of that, but in here. Okay. Anne Marie, good evening. You're just in time to do a little experiment. Okay. I'm going to do something with you guys in a second. So I want you to pick your favorite nursery rhyme, whatever that nursery rhyme is. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. Just, Baba Black Sheep, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Humpty Dumpty, whatever. Ring a Ring of Roses, whatever. And I want you to sing a couple of verses of that, but in your mind's eye. So just rest your palms on your knees. Take a deep breath and just sing. Sing it in your mind now. So just close your eyes and just sing one or two verses of it. Just go ahead and close your eyes and sing in your mind a couple of verses of your favorite nursery rhyme. Off you go. All right. Now come back to me. Come back in the room. Now, you sang whatever it is. So what I want you to do now, okay? What I want you to do now is write the name here in the comment box. Write the name of the nursery rhyme you just sang. Go ahead, write it down. Just so write down the name of the nursery rhyme that you literally just sang in your mind. So go for it. While you're doing that, I'll have a little gob full of Irish water. All right, so go ahead. Suzanne, welcome to the show. Excuse me, sorry for this. Irish water, you can't go wrong. So write down your. Isn't that funny, Anne-Marie? That's what I was singing. I was singing Twinkle Twinkle Twinkle. Sue was singing Humpty Dumpty. Go on. Three Blind Mice, says Dawn. Great. Any more? Hickory Dickory, says Shelley Anderson. Welcome to the show, Shelley. Oh, try saying that 4 times. Welcome to the show, Shelley. Amanda did Twinkle Twinkle. Suzanne says, hope you're doing well. Doing great, Amanda. Sorry, Suzanne. I was just exhausted yesterday, and I mean proper exhausted. So much that I was finding it difficult just to lift my arms up, and I was sitting down there, and I just thought I can't even concentrate, let alone do an evening show. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna postpone the show. Just gonna knock it over to tonight. Feel tons better. I feel tons better. So anyway, who else? Baba Black Sheep says Puffins. Welcome to the show, Puffins. Good to see you. Baba Black Sheep, great. Any more? I haven't seen Lynn put hers up or any. Come on, you guys. What else did you get? Right. Whatever your little. I wanted to do that because I wanted you to get the name of it back in your head. Right. So Lynn says Twinkle Twinkle. Hello. How does this work, please? Says CC Brown. What you're talking to a CC and welcome to the show. Good to see you. So basically, you were singing that nursery rhyme in your mind. Tina Allen, blessings to everyone. Tina, blessings to you too. Welcome to the show. So in your mind, you were singing that nursery rhyme, okay? And you've sang it. Then I wanted you to come back out of it again, and I wanted you to take your mind out of this sort of situation for a moment by just literally putting down the name of the nursery rhyme. Now, here's the question: was that your voice in your mind? Was that your voice? That's the question. So now you're going, oh, oh. And then what you'll do is you'll close your eyes and you'll do it again. But was it that was the voice? Was that your voice you were hearing in your mind? Your mind voice, was that yours? 99.9% of the time, no, it wasn't. For me, it was feminine because I can hear Sean's, my master guide. I can hear her voice, and so I was hearing her voice in while I was doing it. So that's now that mind voice is a voice you want to get to learn to use, because our friends and family can use that voice to link in and make it work. Janine says, "Little Bo Peep." Lorraine Chard, welcome to the show. Chris, welcome to the show. So Sue says, "No, it wasn't my voice at all. I felt the different voices, Amory." Yes, there you go. Okay. So when you hear me say, I'm hearing them say this. When you hear me say that, it's under two levels. Level one is what you've just heard. I'm hearing it in my head, and you'll hear me go, say that again, and I'll hear it again. It's kind of here. But the other voice I'll hear is this. Hi, stay, show, like that. So that's where you hear me saying, it sounds like an S or C name, or like a strong D, like a, because I'm here like that. Like a D sound. So the reason that sounds like that is our spirit family. They don't have vocal cords, and they don't have our mouth to make the sound. So they have to make the air around us manipulate to sound like what they're trying to say. So that's that sound. Manda says definitely my voice. The only reason it would sound like your voice is if you were actually vocally singing it, because your voice here and your voice here are two different voices. I thought it was, says Julie Evans. There you go. Lynn says, Lynn Palmer's joined us. Hi, Lynn. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. My voice, the voice is kind of, because it's Sean's voice that I hear, and it's strong but feminine. Ruth Bayliss, welcome to the show. Vanessa Mail says, evening, sad day today. A very special friend of mine passed away. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa. How long does it take for a spirit to be able to communicate, please? Well, Vanessa, there isn't a given time. There isn't a given time. Like, to be absolutely honest with you, it could be instantaneous. For me, it's 45 minutes from when they crossed to where I was making contact, but the longest is 50 odd years. So Vanessa, in order to answer your question honestly, there isn't a specific time. It depends on the person. It'll also depend on how they crossed over. It'll depend on primarily as well on what's going on around them while the crossing is happening. So there's multiples of reasons why that may happen, but it doesn't mean they won't. That much I can guarantee you. They will, and they'll most likely, now they've crossed over and they've figured out. So imagine, Vanessa, and everybody else for that matter, imagine I take you into a city that you've only ever heard of but never been to. Okay, so when I drop you in the city and I drop you on your own, and I just go plunk. I'll be back later, sometime later, the next day or two, and I just go plunk, drop you, and go. So you're standing there going, oh. So the next thing happens, Vanessa, as soon as that person, that friend crosses over, the instant they cross over, they're met with the friends and family they lost. So they're immediately confronted with all the people they had to mourn. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. So it's a whole process of sort of interactive with the spirit energies that have already been lost. Then a process of saying, here's what you can do to help the situation that you're currently in. So it can be literally, it was 45 minutes for me was the shortest, and the longest, I'm sure it was around 50 odd years. And the person had come through, and this lady said, oh my God, he's been gone 50 years. And I said, well, he's been talking to you before, but you just not heard. So I'm glad to see that you're here with us today. Thank you very much, Christopher. Appreciate that. Prayers from our lovely Janine in Australia. Prayers for Vanessa and Vanessa's friend who crossed over. Um, Lynn Palmer said, I had the loudest, like, man-made whistle in my ear this morning, right? It shocked me, come out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, okay, interesting. That's really interesting. And whereabouts was it? Um, are you in Australia too? Well, good morning. Gosh, all the Australians here. That's ridiculous. What time of the day is it with you, Lynn? By the way, everybody watching us on Facebook, could I please entice you to come out of Facebook, go over to YouTube, okay? Come out of Facebook, go over to YouTube, and in the search bar at the top of YouTube, just type in Paul Francis Medium, okay? So go into YouTube, at the top in the little search bar where the little magnifying glass thing is, type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you straight back to this show, okay? What I then say to you is subscribe to the show on YouTube and hit the little notification bell icon. So a little bell thing, hit that, and every time I do a show or every time I release something onto YouTube, you'll be advised of it. You'll be told, oh, Paul's show's coming up, and they'll advise you in advance. So get over there to YouTube. It's a far more stable platform. I no longer trust Facebook. So come across to YouTube. It's far, far better, far more stable, and you'll be told in advance when I'm going to be doing a show. So yeah, straight into my ear, really loudly, says Lynn. That's interesting. I love stuff like that. Um, Julia says my dad's whistle has been heard. That's amazing, because that's a way of them saying it's me. Alrighty, especially if you are. I mean, for example, I have two different whistles. I have a whistle for my little female dog. She knows that whistle immediately, and the two boys know a different whistle. So I will give both whistles, and the two boys are like they're like two horses running around, and they go and up they go. And Holly's a very little pristine lady, and she'll come back to me, when I give my whistle. Suzanne, back on YouTube. Get in there, girl. Thank you. Don't forget, if you are watching on YouTube, please don't forget to strike that like button. Smash that like button for me, and then share the show. Get it out there. Share it with your groups. Share it with your friends and family, and get it out and get as many people in to join the show as possible. Now, I'm here tonight on Reach Across to share with you, to help you, to answer questions. And those questions you put already, I mean, what's the earliest that they can communicate? It really, really can be instantaneously. Um, it really depends on the person who's crossed. Alrighty. It took my mom. Well, no, it took me 3 years. Okay, three, 3 years to get through to me. Right? It took her months. It was months before she made her first attempt to talk to me direct. It was months, and I couldn't deal with it. Then it was about another 4 or 5 months after that, maybe 6 months after that, she tried again. Still couldn't deal with it. And yes, yes, before you say anything, I'm a fully trained, very experienced medium, but I ended up sitting on the bottom of the bed, just like, just sitting there, head down, and floods of tears. I'm human like everybody else. I couldn't deal with her crossing. I didn't want my mom to be gone, you know. But on the third occasion, she came through again, and she came through from a different tact. And you know what? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Lynn says, I just lost my cousin a few days ago. Lynn, sorry to hear that, my darling. To you and your family, all my prayers and love. It was unexpected. Oh, that's even worse because you don't not when people cross and it's unexpected. There's as much as a shock value to us. Like I lost one of my dearest oldest friends only a few months back, and I'm still dealing with that shock. Um, I just, there was a guy that when I was on stage and I'd look over to my right and he'd be on the sound or on the guitar or something, and if I ever go back on the stage musically again, I'll look over and he won't be there, and it'll be like a piece missing. But I do miss him. So would love to hear from her or my dad. Well, I will definitely put that energy out now, Lynn. Well done for asking the questions. Basically, if the energies come in and they want to talk to me, I will definitely, 100% honestly, pass it down to you. I don't hold back, and I never say no. Vanessa says, "Don't know what's happening. My YouTube's crashed." Okay, best thing to do is switch it off. Come out of it completely, switch it off, and then switch it back on again. It may also need an update. Okay, only 47. Oh my goodness gracious! Um, it got to her in one day. Well, that's so. I'm not a medical person. I'm not trained medically, so I can't really say. Okay, Lynn, stick with me here. Lynn, stick with me. Who's the Louise, Lucy, Louis? Who's the strong L sounding name that's around you apart from you? Okay, so who's the strong Louis, Lucy, Lisa? Who's the strong L that I've got to talk to you about? And I'm being pulled over to mom's side of the family, so there's a connection with your friend and your mother's side of the family that I'm supposed to acknowledge as well. Okay. They want me to talk about September being significant here because they're telling me to talk about the ninth month or the ninth of a month is significant. Oh right, okay. They're telling me to talk two, so they're telling me go into the number 9 times 2. So there means either there's 2 anniversaries, birthdays in the month of September. They want me to acknowledge. Wow, they're telling me that we've literally just. Well, of course we would just come past it. Right. September has got 2 birthdays and anniversaries I want to draw my attention to. But they tell me to talk about the Scorpio, which I'm talking about right now. They're telling me to talk about the star sign of Scorpio here, then, that they want me to acknowledge. Trudy's come and joined us. Hello, Trudy, my love. Good to see you. You find your house. Good to hear. Um, Champagne C says, if my brother's around, his name is Raid. Does he have anything he wants to say to me, please? And thank you. If he comes through, Champagne C, I will let you know. Lynn says here, yes, and there is. Lynn, then I'm getting now. I'm not too sure whether I'm not going to try and paste anything here. I'm going to give you the data. One of the things John Albert told me, he said to me, "You are the mailman. Just deliver the mail. Don't try and read it." So here we go. Um, the I'm just getting 2 illnesses assists in a crossing. Okay, not 1, 2. Okay, so um, either they're talking about the person who's just crossed because it affected the lungs and the breathing, which labored the breathing in such a strong way. It would be, but there was another illness which you say, but you're saying the COVID took this person. It feels to me multiples. So the COVID exasperated an already illness. Okay, that's what I'm being told. But we have a mother and daughter standing together. Okay, so either the mother and daughter, they're now together in spirit, or the mother and the daughter have birthdays and anniversaries that connect together. The name is Claire. All right, okay, gotcha. Right, there's two names I'm being shouted. Now, when I get names, it means who they are, who they're with, or please say hi to. So don't automatically assume a name that I send out is a person in spirit. in my referencing, it means who they are, who's with them, or please say hi to here. But there's two names. They're talking about a Daniel David sign of a name, strong D, and a Brenda Bernie is a strong B name. Now, the B name is associating with the month of February or the second of a month. That's being significant, and the D name is associating with the birthdays or anniversaries that have been recent. Okay, so I will say that the person who's crossed over then, Lynn, had the the illness, i.e., COVID, exasperated an already strong illness that this person already had. It wasn't the COVID per se that takes them to the other side of life. It's an exasperated problem that's already in place. And as I'm connecting in with this person, it feels like there's an elephant sitting on my chest. It really does. So I'm asking them to please take that away from me if they could. Um, Now there's going to be some issues here that they're acknowledging because somebody is in not a good place and is like stomping their feet, banging their fist, going, "I want answers. I want answers." That's normal. That's okay. That's normal because there is no written book about how to lose or how to deal with a crossing. There's no written law. Here's what you should do. The stiff upper lip doesn't always work, but they're saying that somebody's banging their fist and stomping their feet, going, "I want answers," and the anger is just misplaced. It's just misplaced sorrow, basically. So just allow them to vent, and it'll calm down. Um, Lynn, I'm also supposed to talk about your father, well, an older male to you coming into play here. This gentleman crosses over with something that's either associated in either blood clot or has caused an obstruction. Because I'm being told about the blood flow stops. Okay, now you could really turn around and go, well, duh, that's death. No, it's the blood flow slowing down and stopping that causes the crossing. So it's either a blockage, that goes to the brain or whatever. Again, I'm not a doctor, but they're showing the arrows slowing down and stopping, and which causes or assists in their crossing. So there's an older gentleman here who's telling me that his medical crossing was based upon his blood. And there's a Tommy Terrence name being shouted here in the background. Strong T name to be acknowledged. But Lynn, as much as you are focusing in on the crossing of your friend or your cousin or your family member, I'm supposed to say, please, 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 really, let's get your own health tightened up here. You're playing the martyr or you're playing the soldier a little bit too much. Okay, um, take that time and go and get an MOT. Alrighty, go and get your blood pressure, blood sugars, all that malarkey. Go and get that all checked, or whatever it is that you're masking. Please deal with it. Okay. Something in the family, something the family has a history of. They're telling me to talk about. Good news though, Lynn. I want to say to you that there is a strong indication of luck coming your way. Okay, because I'm seeing shamrocks around you, which means to me two things. Number one, luck is coming your way, or number two, you have an Irish connection that they want me to acknowledge. Okay. Um, I'm getting somebody being really excited about Christmas as being their time of the year. Okay, so as they would get into October, they would enjoy Halloween with an absolute uh, frivolity. But as Christmas was their thing, if this is dad, like dad would be decorating the house, he'd be hanging the lights, hanging the tree, and oh my god, all of that because I'm getting that all going on, and I feel elated that we're heading towards the favorite time of the year. They want you to know that they get your words, okay? They get the words. So as you're saying them, it's coming across to me like prayer, okay? Because I'm seeing musical notes. So when I see musical notes, that's my symbol for prayer. But prayer doesn't have to be Our Father who art in heaven. Prayer can be, I so miss you guys. I do hope that you're doing well. I hope everything is okay. And can you please let me know you're around? they get that as like a prayer. I see that as musical notes. So they're basically saying, yes, we hear you. Yes, everything's going to be fine. Don't worry. Okay. But please, 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 because they're really compressing this energy upon me to say, get on top of your health. They're pulling their energy back. They are going to be with you guys. They're going to be around you. So don't worry. Everything's going to work out. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of stress going on. Yes, there's a lot of fist banging and anger going on, but it's based upon an element of guilt. Okay, so why wasn't I there to help? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? And that's only human. That's naturally human. Don't worry. Right? Janine says, if any time my beautiful friend Salvatore comes through, let me know. Of course I would. Of course I would let you know. Oh, Lynn, you're diabetic. Okay. Then I'm not a doctor. Don't take medical advice from a psychic. Don't. All right, we're not trained unless the psychic is a fully trained and certificated doctor. Don't take any word of a psychic. Don't take care of yourself. All right. If I was to be pushed against the wall and your hand around my throat and say, "What are you picking up?" I would say it's circulation issues. Okay, that's all I get. So just know dad's around you. Everything's fine. Okay. Be aware of the names that I gave you, but also the fact that there is two birthdays and anniversaries to be acknowledged, and that they're just telling me everything is going to. Don't worry, everything's going to work out. Know in your heart, know in your mind that everything's going to work out, and that your prayers are being heard. Alrighty. Hope that helps you, my darling. Thank you very much for being here today. Don't forget, please, please, please share the show. I've got nerve and circulation issues. Yeah, definitely the circulation was the one that they were showing me. Again, only if you were pushing me against the wall and say, "What do you think?" It's just the feelings they're giving me, like cold around my fingers and feet. They're telling me circulation. Paresh Pandey, welcome. Good to see you. Hi. If you've got any more questions for me, please do share. I'm happy to answer them where I can. I won't make stuff up, so don't assume that I'm going to jump in and just because somebody says, I want to know from blah, 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 who's blah, blah, blah. No matter what you want to know is what they tell me. I've got more water, by the way, excuse me. One of the reasons I was so tired and sort of not on top of it yesterday was because I was dehydrated. Amanda says, so it's so good how you explain to us how you hear the spirits. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. And I am very, very, very happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Thanks so much. That's awesome. Yes, cold toes and feet. Lynn, you're very welcome. All I ask is you share the show and you get your friends and family to come and be a part of the show. Right. So if you guys got any more questions, Roger here. I'm late. I have to run. So I'm late. Have to run our business. Right. So I'm late. Have to run. Well, yes, of course. Your business comes first. Family comes even before that. All right. So you've got to take your time out. Vanessa says my friend was Irish. She was lovely. Of course she was. She's Irish. If you're Irish, you're blessed. I always say there's two people in the world. There's the Irish, and then everybody else who wants to be. Um, Vanessa, that your friend's gonna, the best way to do it is literally listen with your heart, listen with your mind, but be open to how they want to talk to you because not always communication is verbal. Okay, it can be feelings, repetitive thoughts, sound as in music, pictures that just keep turning up. For example, Butterflies will just turn up out of nowhere. Things of that nature. They can be talking to you in multiples and multiples of ways. All right. Faye is getting better. I'm so glad to hear that. She did message me a little bit earlier, and did tell me that you guys would be late because you had a few things on. That's fine. You never, ever, ever have to apologize to me, you guys. You don't ever have to do that. Please don't feel that you have to. Okay. Trudy says, so I find a house and now I got to get a job. Well, Trudy, you have so much experience, you're not going to have any issues. Okay. You're going to have no issues whatsoever. Okay. Um, I'll have to have a chat with you and see how things are because we haven't had a catch up for a long, 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 long time. I haven't seen you on here for quite some time, by the way. That's good to see you back, by the way. So, have you guys got any more questions that you might want to ask or share, or is there anything that you want to talk about in particular? I don't know who I'm connecting to right here tonight in the room, but there's a Chrissy name. So there's a C or K name I want to acknowledge. They tell me to talk about the 11th, so the month of November is significant, or the 11th of a month is significant. Somebody crosses over with this whatever this ailment. Excuse me. Whatever this ailment they had been, then it went away, and then has come back. So like maybe something like along the lines of a reoccurring cancer, something along those lines. But there's a C or K name they want me to acknowledge. There's a repetitive illness that they want me to talk about as well. They're also telling me that either two people's birthdays or anniversaries are around the same time. So, for example, if somebody passes on January the 4th, 2000, and somebody's birthday is January the 9th, then their birthday and anniversary is going to be around the same time. But they're telling me to talk about two people, birthdays or anniversaries around the same time they want to acknowledge. So we're going to see your K name, like a Christy, Christine, Chris, Kathy. There's the 11th to be spoken of, so it's the 11th of a month, or the 11th month of November, significant. And they're telling me to talk about two birthdays or anniversaries to be being around the same time that's significant. But there's a crossing they want me to connect with, a reoccurring illness. Okay, that is sort of came in and made them really ill, then was possibly cured, but comes back again and isn't curable the second time. Julie Evans says, why do spirits use mirrors as portals? I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe in that. No, I think that's. I don't. Hey, I'm giving you my personal opinion. That's my opinion, not law. I don't believe in that. Okay, I think somebody made that up one time and it just caught on. Otherwise, if mirrors are portals, then you've got what, three mirrors in your car? You got your rear view, your two side mirrors. So why aren't they coming through that? Okay, so why don't they come through every single bathroom in the world? No, I don't buy that for 1 second. Sorry, I don't wish to annoy or belittle or offend anybody in any way, shape, or form. I'm giving you my personal opinion. I don't buy into that. Okay. Spirit energies they don't need mirrors to come through. Trust me. Lisa's in the house. Lisa, good evening. Good to see you. Malik says, hi, Paul. Malik, welcome. My friend had a recurring illness, but not that name. No, the name. As I say, when I say names, it's who they are, who's with them, or please say hi to. Okay, so don't automatically assume the name that I give has crossed over. They could be acknowledging here somebody of that name. So Vanessa, how do we think about that? So laterally think. So think of the person who crossed over, and then think who's connected to them. Paul, good to know that. Good to know, Paul. Mirrors, I find it great. I don't buy into that. Now, there's a technique of connecting with spirit called scrying. That's different. That doesn't mean the mirror is a portal. Okay. But there's just a technique called scrying, which is actually quite effective. Um, because spirit are very good at manipulating. Okay, there's another technique that spirit can use called shadowing. Okay, whereas for example, in my experience, when I was walking up a street in Penzance, I saw a lady at the other side of the road walking the opposite direction, and for a split second, I was convinced that lady was my mother. I was like, "Holy shit!" I nearly shouted across the road, "Mom!" like that, and then it just went bang, it hit me. Your mom's not here anymore. Okay, so what they're able to do is they can overshadow somebody themselves that look very similar to them and give a very convincing feature look that it's them. And then when you look at them, you see your, in my case, my mom. But then again, when I was shook off and my mom's not here, and I looked back at that person, you could see differently it wasn't my mother, but I was convinced it was her walking down the road. But there's a thing called overshadowing. Trudy says, there's always an old wrinkled witch in my mirror whenever I look. Yeah, every mirror that I've found as well. When you look in, I've seen you look into mirrors in different places and see that same old wrinkled witch. I'm going to get such a slap now next time she sees me. I can feel the slap already. She always gives a slap. Please share the show, says Lynn. Yes, please do. Get the show out there. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family, and tell them what a good time we're having. So please connect with us, CRK. Please connect with recurrent illness. The 11th of a month or the 11th month of November is significant. That energy's still around me. All right. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for somebody to connect with that, please let me know. Have you got any questions you want to ask? And let's move on with the show. 8:15 here on Tuesday night here in the UK. Big good morning to all of the lovely people watching us in Australia. Very good morning to all of the people watching us in the United States. Good morning, good day to people watching us in the United States. And a very good evening to everybody watching here in the European or GMT time frame. Good to see you all. It's important, please. I'm more than happy to give up a couple of hours a week to come and do this work with you. But all I ask of you guys is to start helping me grow the show, grow it to a point. I mean, the plans for the show over the next few months are going to be enormous, to involve TV and stuff like that. And then I have a brand new thing coming out later on, whereas you will be literally not sharing me with anybody. Okay, so that's going to be coming up very, very shortly. Whether I see it before or after Christmas, I don't know, because time's hitting us so fast, and I've got one more move to make. So anyway, moving on with that. Please, please, please share the show, and if you got any more questions. Lisa says, I had to step aside for a moment, but you said January the 4th. That's my birthday. Well, Lisa, we're heading towards your birthday at a rapid rate of knots, aren't we? You will be, what, 18, 19 now when you hit January the 4th, 19? Or is it 20? I don't want to get myself getting another slap. Good to see you. Anne Marie Millington, my house is for sale. Where'd that go? If you sell, do you see me moving house before Christmas? I see an option, Anne Marie, coming up around you, but I don't see you moving per se. I see an option coming up around you. Okay. Um, Actually, Anne Marie, and let me just hold this for 2 seconds. Anne Marie, I'm going to take this out of my ear because it's annoying the life out of me. There's going to be more than one option. There's going to be more than one option. But please, please, please don't get excited and take the first opportunity. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm being told to hold back, think, and evaluate. Do I see you moving house before Christmas? If I said yes, I'd be lying. Okay, but when do you call Christmas? So you call Christmas the 24th of December, 25th, or do you call Christmas the first week in December? So it really is, Anne-Marie, how you perceive Christmas. But there will be options coming up. There's going to be more than one option. Please just don't jump at the first one. That's all I'm just going to say. Okay. Roger says my sister Christy is in the nursing home with Alzheimer's. My birthday is October the 10th. My sister Teresa on the 15th. My sister Chrissy on the 26th, and she's still with us. Right, Roger. So all of those birthdays in October. Because if that's the case, then I'm definitely not with you, because the 11th is significant, right? The month of November, or the 11th of a month is significant. Lisa, 56. Oh my God, you don't know 56. 26 maybe, not 56. Julia Sharp says my little sister and dad both crossed over. My sister's name is Carrie, and my dad's sister's birthdays are in November. Right. Now, where does the reoccurring illness come into play here, Julie? So there's a reoccur. So it was an illness that came. It was sort of postponed, not postponed, but sort of primarily cured, but then came back with a vengeance. I'm getting that feeling. All right. So if I'm with you on that one, Jules, have a look at that concept. Will my financial situation change in the next 2 weeks? All right, come on, let's just do something for Paresh here. Yes, it will, but not in the way you think. Relief will come, but not absolution. Okay, so in other words, you're going to get a breathing space. Okay, that's the feeling I'm getting. So there's a relief concept coming up around you, as in you're going to go, oh, good, okay, right, all right. Well, at least we're heading somewhere. Okay, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. But I will say this for you, Paresh: be aware of you moving house or moving job. Okay, that there's a significant change coming up around you that to me is a life-changing event. So it'll be moving house, moving job, that kind of a concept. I'm hearing fresh fields, fresh grass, fresh start. I'm hearing all that being shouted. Okay, it's okay to go. Do you know what? I've had enough of running in this mud. It's time to start fresh, and that's not a bad idea. So when you go into 2024, it's not a bad idea to go in with, I'm going to start afresh. I'm going to go and do something either completely different, or I'm going to move to a different town, whatever the fresh start is. That's your answer. Anne Marie Millington says the 25th. Okay. Anne Marie says, hi, Lisa. Thanks, Paul. You're welcome. You're welcome. My son Luke's birthday is on the 11th of January. Ah, right. All right, Janine. Luke's birthday is on the 11th of January. But the other part of it is, where's the reoccurring illness that came in, was subdued, then it came back and assisted in this person crossing? That is the primary connection here. Alrighty. Fresh says moving house. Okay, that's definitely the case. Roger says all of October. No, I'm not with you then, buddy. It's definitely the 11th month of November, or the 11th of a month. Okay. I need the financial situation to change first. Well, there's the feeling of a breather coming up around you. Okay. So there's a breather, or a sort of a stay of execution, something like that. There's something that's going to come in that's going to give you an opportunity to be able to assess the situation better. But there's definitely opportunities for a fresh start, and that's where it's all going to be, because it's a matter of going, that's it. I'm done where I am. It's time to literally start afresh, and that's the feeling I'm getting. But the starting afresh You're going to be able to go into it knowing, having have all the experience that you've gone through till this point, and you're going to be able to know the pitfalls. So your opportunity to be successful is going to be better for you on the fresh start. Fresh, it's not a bad idea to be spending time with family at the minute. Okay, it's not a bad idea to be able to take time out and spend it with the family. That's I can't emphasize that enough at the moment. I don't know why I'm supposed to say that. There's nothing showing me, but I'm just saying spend time with the family. All right. I'm going to say something else to you, Paresh, and please take this as a thought. It's time to step out of a certain group or a certain circle of friends. It's time, really is time to start afresh. Okay. Amanda, are you still with us? Because I'm supposed to talk about a birthday and anniversary around you, young lady. There's a birthday anniversary I'm supposed to acknowledge around Amanda, if she's still with us. Carolyn, good evening. Welcome to see you. Welcome. Good to see you here. Welcome to the show. Everybody who's watching us on Facebook, can I ask you to come off Facebook? Go over to YouTube, and in the search bar at the top of YouTube, in the search bar itself, just type in. The spirits are obviously annoying my dog Holly downstairs. So in the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium, and that'll bring you straight back to the show. So come off Facebook, come out of Facebook completely, go off to YouTube. In the search bar of YouTube, type in Paul Francis Medium, and then please subscribe and click the little bell icon. So Paresh, family dramas are always the case. That's the natural order of life. But trust me, between now and the new year, things are going to be okay. Alrighty? Amanda, right. Birthday anniversary in and around you, I'm supposed to acknowledge. Something set off my boys on Holly downstairs. I can hear them going nuts. Well, we are living in an 18th century cottage. So they probably picked up on a wee bit of an energy going, what are you doing in my house? So, Amanda, quickly with me, birthday anniversary in around now, I'm supposed to acknowledge. I've got a gentleman in spirit who wants to acknowledge yourselves. Um, I'm supposed to say stand your ground, Amanda. Whatever is going on around you, stand your ground. Okay. Lisa, did you read what you wrote? Lynn, thanks for asking. Unfortunately, Tina is much better. Is that not supposed to be fortunately? Tina is much better. All right. Well, I can't know what it is. Right. Come on. Let's go, guys. Any more questions? Just without being obnoxious or condescending or anything of that nature, I don't respond to people putting up anything for me. Okay, just so you know, I'm not being condescending, I'm not being rude or unresponsive, but I don't respond to anything from me. Okay, because the answer will be no. The reason being is uh, dealing with spirit, dealing me dealing with spirit. It has to be a symbiotic relationship. So you have to be involved emotionally and spiritually and energetically, and so do they. And anything for me is not energetic. So involve yourself. Involve yourself in the show. Ask questions. That'll build up energy. There's a connection. All right. Man, this is lots going on. Right. Okay. Well, I'm being told to tell you stand your ground. But remember to be able, something I taught you as a student, remember to be able to look from another person's point of view. Okay, not just one point of view. Because I know you happen to be a little bit stubborn and stump your feet even though you know you're wrong. So look from a different point of view before you make a decision, but stand your ground, whatever that means, whatever it is we're dealing with. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I was just reading that, Lisa. It did make me laugh inside, to be honest. You're welcome, Paresh. You're welcome. Julie Sharp says, Paul, all women on mom's side, my sisters and myself had cancer, and that kept coming back. Touch wood. We're all clear at the minute. Dad and sister's birthdays are in November, and they're both crossed. Right. Right. That makes sense, Jules. That makes sense. Who is it then, Julie, in the family that's dealing with a knee or ankle related issue? So either the knee or the ankle, because I'm getting sharp pain running from the middle of my thigh down to my foot. So there's a knee or ankle related issue. They want me to draw my attention to that. To go and get on top of that, get on top of that. Okay. It feels to me like either there is a trapped nerve or there's something to do with the joint nerve related issues. Not a doctor. Don't take diagnosis from an idiot. Okay. I'm not a doctor. Go to a specialist. Go to someone who deals with legs, knees, and all that malarkey. But there's something about like the nerve is misfiring. There's something to do with the knee not working properly. Don't just let it go. Go and get it taken care of. At the moment, it's fixable. Um, and if I was to say to you the name David, where would that come into play? Where's the name David come into play for you, Jules? Amanda says, "Oh, well, she's funny." Yeah. Well, I try to be. I do my best. Now, if you're in Truro or the surrounding areas, it's really, really important that you go to Amanda, who's down here, and get yourself a really good massage. Get your sport massage. Get your kinks and twists and thumps and bolts all tightened and worked out. And you know what? Be a really good gift for somebody for Christmas to get them a session with Amanda. Okay, so if you live in Truro or Cornwall and you want to get all your nuts and bolts tightened, go and see Amanda. She'll, and then she just puts up, I've got a trapped nerve. That's what I would call really good advertising. What you want to put underneath there is, but I fixed it myself. My brother's called David. Right, unless I'm getting crossed messages here. Right, Amanda, is the issue is the just I just want yes or no. Don't bother going into any details. Is the issues where I'm supposed to say stand your ground, is that connected to David? Because I'm being told that the two personalities are the same, i.e., the David and person in spirit. The personalities are the same. I'll drop my microphone there. It's lovely as I'm talking to you guys because it's raining outside and the pitter patter is on the roof and it's actually lush. You guys might even be able to hear it, but there's like pitter patter on the roof. Right, listen, you guys. Already at up to an hour. I've got about 10 minutes left, so let's get on with it. I'm worried about my son right now. He's dealing with some stuff. Would he be open? Would he be open to a relationship with his dad anytime soon? I would say yes, Anne Marie. Not only that, it's a longing want. It's a longing desire. But I think that there are
two heads butting like that. Now, the reason why I'm going to say that is because I'm seeing my relationship with my dad. Okay, for a long time, I thought I was oil and my dad was water, so we just couldn't mix. We just could not be in the same place at the same time. But it was much later in life, sadly, I realized that it wasn't nothing to do with water or oil. It was the fact that we were both just basically alike. So, in relation to that answer, it is possible, Anne Marie, that this can happen, but the two of them need to realize they're just like each other. No dad wants a bust up with his son. No dad wants that. Okay, we're all proud of our sons. And when there is miscommunications or breakdowns of communications within families, remember blood is always thicker than water. Okay, just remember that. But as you focus on the negative, if you focus on what the issue is, the solution will never ever have an opportunity to come to fruition. So stop focusing on what caused and focus on the repair. Okay. My mother, my beautiful, genuine, saintly mother, said to my dad and me, she stood us both in the kitchen and said, "You've got an option. Sort out your relationships, or I will crash both your skulls together." She was 4'7". Amanda says yes, so that's obviously talking about the relationship scenario. Okay, then remember what I've said. Be able to see a point of view from a perspective, but at the same time, just know where you're coming from and let a balance find its solution. All right. Hi, Paul. Hi, everyone. This is Faye. Hey, hi. I'm using Roger's computer. Listen, we know it's not Faye using Roger's computer. It's just Roger who really has a hidden desire to wear women's clothes. We know. Kilt my ear. It's one of Faye's skirts, Roger. We know. Julie Sharp says my brother David. Right, okay. Then everything what they're doing is they're telling me everything that I've given you is correct because I basically call that trivia. They give me a name to say, yeah, everything in advance that I'd given you before is correct. All right. Right. Good to see you guys. Hey. Well done, Faye. Glad you're back. Listen, if I didn't take the mickey out of Roger, Roger would think there's something wrong. Faye, I'm glad that you got grabbed sort of 10 minutes of the show. Good to see you, darling. I'm glad to see you back. But let's get, I mean, yesterday I made a decision because I was running at about 60% energy, and I made a decision to go. Do you know what? I'm not going to work until I'm 100%, and I did something about getting back to 100%. So please get to 100% before you start. There's no point in running your car till it gets to empty and putting a pint of fuel into the car. The car is not going to run very far. Okay, fill the car up. All right. In other words, take time out, relax, get your energy back to 100%. Julie says my dad crossed over and my brother David very similar. Paul addiction. David with us on this side. All right, gotcha. Amanda, I just want to say to you though, darling, I'm not finished with your read yet. You're not alone. Okay, stop thinking you're alone. Trying to feel that you're on your own. Yeah, that's not the case. But I am getting like bloody mindedness, like stumpy feet minded, bloody mindedness. I'm getting that, but you are not on your own in dealing with whatever issues are going on. Okay, families are, families are the most important. They are the most important, but the biggest pain in the ass equally. Okay, because I think that's why God gave us yin and yang. He gave us family, love and love, love, love family, love. Then he gave us family. Oh God, yin and yang, balance. So while I'm waiting on any more connections, at the moment I'm bereft of spirit. What I will say is Faye is about to start her own new show. So make sure you guys follow Faye and go and be a part of Faye's new show. And I'm just going to put Faye under pressure to get the show started. So let's get it going. So I do understand that I may be asked to be a guest, in which case I would be honored to be a guest on your show. I'm not bloody minded, says Amanda. Like that. I'm not bloody minded. Oh no, I'm over at my office on my phone. Congratulations, Faye. Everybody's looking forward to that. Everybody's looking forward to your show. I've told you this for the last 6 months, young lady. It's time to get the Faye Ewing show underway. Right, where are we for time? We are 4 minutes left, you guys. So come on. If you got any more questions before I knock it on the head, we've got about 4 minutes left. Um, Listen, I want to appreciate you guys and tell you how much I think of you guys. You guys are superb. You're absolutely rock stars. I love what I do. I'm able to have a show in what I do because of you guys. Okay, so get it together and let's build this puppy and let's build this up into one of the best shows on the internet. So by doing that, quite simply get out there and earn yourselves some free time with me. And I will be starting a Patreon thing where you'll have me to yourself. Okay, I'm going to be doing lots of stuff on Patreon. I'm going to be doing the seminars on Patreon because it's a very, very stable platform and a lot cheaper than everywhere else. So it'll mean I can do more seminars at greatly reduced costs. Because to be able to do the seminars properly, you have to pay for the software, and some of the software out there is ridiculous. So, but the other reason why I haven't done the seminars yet, as you guys know, I've shared it with you. In all honesty, is I'm not in my studio yet, and I need the studio software rather than playing off of a camera, which is I can't do everything I want to do because when I'm doing the seminars, you'll have visual aids as well. In other words, like what if we were at a physical seminar, I'd be giving you handouts. These will be digital handouts. Anne Marie says, any promotion coming up for me and work over the next 6 months? Um, Here's the thing I got immediately, Amanda, sorry, Anne Marie, was they don't know you want a promotion. You need to let them know you're after a promotion. So, because I instantly heard they don't know you want one. That's what I heard. Literally, boom, almost like immediately. So basically, and then the concept that I use all the time and I teach my girls is if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. So I put that concept to my little baby girl, Maya. Baby girl, she's 16 now, and I put her in positions where if it's to be, worked. And not only did it work, she's now in employment. So she stepped up, she walked across the road, she said to somebody, I'm training to be a hairdresser. Can I get some experience in your shop? They went, yes. I said to her, listen, these people here are after people to work in the store. She goes, can I have an application? I'm really interested in working in your store. Boom, they gave her a job. So if it's to be, it's up to me. That's what I'm saying to you. Amanda says, but I have been feeling alone. And before I came on the show, I was wondering why I don't get any messages. They must have heard me. Yes, they did. Do you hear me? Little fireball. Anyway, Sue is so looking forward to this, the circle, the golden circle, and the seminars. Can't wait to do that. Um, Love that saying. I know the conversations we'll be having this week. Welcome. You're very, very welcome. And if you get stuck, you guys, and you want to ask me a question, private message, PM me. And if I have the time, I promise you, I don't always get back to people immediately. That's because I've got a lot going on right now. But I will get back to you. I promise you. Okay. So if you want help with something specifically, send me a quick message. And if I'm available at that moment, I'll message you back immediately. But don't be perturbed if I don't get back to you for like a few hours or even the next day. Right, so we're at the end of the show. Thank you so much for allowing me to do Reach Across tonight, Tuesday night, instead of Monday nights as normal. We got so many fantastic things about to happen at the minute. So please stay in tuned. I have 2 new books coming out. I have 1 audio book about to be, well, I can't finish it until we get in the studios because it's audio. Um, that's coming out, possibly a 2nd audiobook, and there's going to be a series of meditations to be able to be downloads as well. And everybody on who has messaged, or sorry, start that again. All of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will be in a position where I will be giving you a copy of my album Rain, free of charge, as a thank you for supporting me. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do it now, because as soon as we get into the studios, which is only weeks away, I'll be doing a download. In fact, the album cover has already been covered, it's already done, and the album Rain will be yours free of charge, totally free of charge. All right. So I will see you guys very soon. Don't forget, you've got Roger's show coming up this week, and then I'll be back on Thursday with Spirit Quest. So make sure you're back for that. See you 7:30 this coming Thursday night. I'm open to doing one-to-one readings. I do all my one-to-ones over the internet because there's another resurgence of COVID, and I can't go out to people's houses and bring COVID back to mine. That can't happen. So I'm up for doing one-to-ones or small group sessions over the internet. But you need to basically book like right now, because after the first week in December, so when we get into December 7th, 10th, something like that, I won't be doing any more work through Christmas. Okay, I'll be doing the shows, but no actual one-to-ones until the new year. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life. So a medium universe will do it for you. Take time out every single day just for you. Just for you. Get yourselves over to my YouTube channel and type in Paul Francis Moments and go and listen to the meditations at the end of each one of those particular shows. Until I see you, stay safe, stay well. Good night. God bless.